This is Trojan News.
Welcome to Trojan News. I'm Alex.
I'm Frank,
and we'll be your hosts for today. Hey Frank, you know what's better than basketball?
Obviously, donkey basketball. Worthington Trojan News' Alex Galvez reports on this year's event.
Donkey basketball has made a comeback to Worthington. The event was planned by the Worthington Keen Turkey Day Committee and was held at the Worthington High School. Although the game on March 29th was the first in many years, donkey basketball is not new to Worthington. Keen Turkey Day President Holly Steve explains how the games came to Worthington.
About 6 years ago, another board member and myself actually, I grabbed my family, and my dad lived in Mankato, and he came along, and we seen that there was donkey basketball in Madelia, Minnesota. So we decided, let's go check it out as a possible fundraiser for our King Turkey Day.
The event includes 3 games played between 4 teams consisting of young professionals, Head Start staff, ISD 518 staff, and WHS seniors. A writer for the district staff team was Michael Thompson, a teacher at WHS. Thompson explains how he got involved as a donkey rider.
Mrs. Nelson asked for volunteers, and last year I had been asked to be a part of it, so I was like, why not do it this year too?
Another participant was Cooper McCoy, a member of the WHS student team. McCoy shares his thoughts on donkey basketball and the community.
It's just a really fun event, so everybody from the community will come out and support and have a good time watching some students and teachers riding donkeys.
Donkey basketball is one of several events that contributes to the funding for the Keen Turkey Day Parade here in Worthington. The donkey basketball event takes a lot of effort to become reality. Committee member Suzanne Murphy-Bohr explains how much goes into the event.
We started planning this months like last fall. We had the idea. We communicated with the school and the donkey people all winter long, and so now we're going to do a bake sale with it. So it takes like 20 people to pull this event off.
The game included a meal, a bake sale, and a raffle. Probably the most anticipated part of the event was the free donkey rides. We hope you enjoyed donkey basketball as much as we did. Love to see the donkeys return next year. And remember, don't fall on your... This has been Alex reporting for Trojan News.
Wow, that must have been pretty scary for the riders.
Yeah, Mr. Thompson really took a tumble. The varsity softball team has a new coach this season. Trojan News journalist Emily Lopez tells us more about the new softball coach.
The 2023 softball season has hit the ground running with a new coach, Avery Weissong. She is a former D1 player that played at NDSU and offers so much experience to her team.
Avery Weissong, the new varsity coach for the softball team, tells us how she found out about the job opening and gives us an insight from her past experience in softball.
So I know some people that work within the Worthington School District, and they knew that I was just getting done with college actually playing softball. So they had reached out to me asking if I wanted to be the coach. So I grew up around softball my whole life. Both my mom and dad played. I played in high school on summer ball teams, and then I also played in college at North Dakota State University in Fargo.
Bailey Ponto's a sophomore who is in softball, this being her second year on the varsity team. Let's take a look at her thoughts on the new coach.
She's just teaching us a lot of new perspectives on how to play the game, and she has played that herself, so she knows how it's going and what to do in that position.
Although they haven't had any games yet due to the weather, their practices have been mostly inside of either the JBS Fieldhouse or the Worthington High School gym. Hannah McNabb, also a returning sophomore in varsity softball, gives us her thoughts of the new coach and how she thinks her season will go this year.
Our new coach gives us a lot more tips on technique and how to fix things that either our past coaches messed up or make it better. I think it'll go pretty good considering she always tells us to give 100% in practices and games because she wants us to play like we practice.
Coach Avery has big expectations for this season and wants her team to play like they practice. She tells us one of the main goals for this season.
Just having these girls come together and work as a team, not as individuals, and just having fun.
We wish the softball team the best of luck this year. We know you can hit home runs because there's no place like home. This has been Emily for Trojan News.
Thank you, Emily, on this insightful news for the softball team. We wish you guys the best of luck for the rest of the season. Did you hear about the art show that was going on last month? If you didn't, let's take a look on it and see what it's about.
The art show is a great opportunity for WHS students to showcase their artwork that they have made throughout the year. It took place at the Nobles County Public Library during the month of March. There's a variety of art classes offered here at Worthington High School, such as Art 1, Art 2, Stained Glass, Ceramics, and many others. The art show gives the community a chance to see the artwork that students have made in these classes. Miss Carnegie is one of the 3 art teachers at the high school. She feels the art show is important for students.
The art show is really important because it gives our students a voice. It's a place for them to share their work. They work so hard in class, and not everybody gets to see like that final product and project. And so it's really cool for our students to like see their artwork in a gallery space. And we just love to give them that opportunity.
Unfortunately, due to space limitations, not every student's artwork gets displayed in the art show. Miss Carnegie shares how she selects which pieces to put in the art show.
When I choose work for the show, it's not always about the best work. I'm always looking at like how hard the student worked, the effort they put into it, but I'm also looking at the composition and the design. There's just a lot of factors that kind of go into choosing student work. We also work really hard to get artwork from most of our seniors, since it will be their last show with us.
Megan Dykstra, a senior at WHS, shares the process of making her project, a green stained glass fish named Billy the Bass.
I had to pick out glass that fit well together, and then I had to cut them and make sure they fit, and then I had to solder them together.
She also states her favorite part of creating her stained glass piece.
My favorite part was cutting the pieces, because it's kind of like a puzzle, you have to make them fit.
Sophomore Lucy O'Donnell had 3 pieces in the art show, a clay rattle and 2 illustrator pieces. She tells us about the opportunity she had to make money off of her illustrator piece, Billy.
So after I submitted the piece, Mr. Jacobson asked if I would want it in the art show. So we printed out a few and I named it. I named it Billy, and then I sold my first one like basically as soon as the art show opened, and then they wrote down that I could sell more pieces since it was a printed piece. So I sold a few other copies after that first one.
If you missed the art show this year, make sure you check it out next March at the library. This has been Taylor Michelson for Trojan News.
Wow, the art show looks fun. I'm thinking about checking it out next year. Do you want to join me?
Sounds like fun. Let's go to a Mario movie afterwards too. Some students don't have their own rides to school, but some of them who do like to spice up their cars.
At WHS, many students and teachers use their vehicles to drive to school. However, others use their vehicles for unique purposes.
Vince Vanderkoy, a student at WHS, used his big 2002 Ford Excursion for a different purpose.
I would say I can haul 7 people around, which is a huge benefit sometimes, and I have a straight pipe, 5-inch straight pipe on the back. Makes it sound like a jet.
This truck definitely has its benefits for Vince, considering he is in extracurriculars, specifically football in the fall and golf in the spring. His truck makes it easier to transport teammates to and from practice. Other than having back seats filled with friends and a loud exhaust, some people prefer spacious and quiet vehicles. Mr. Letourneau, a teacher at WHS, has an interesting use for his vehicle.
The reason why this vehicle is special to me is because it's got my bed in it. It's got my food, it's got a shower, toilet, it's super special. There's a lot of fun places that I've got to take the van and travel to. Yep.
Without having to worry about needing a place to stay, Mr. Letourneau can go anywhere on the road and won't have to worry about the hassle for hotels, which is important as Mr. Letourneau spends most of his summer traveling. Although having a large roomy vehicle can be nice, some prefer small and fast. WHS senior Jose Alvarez is one of these people that prefer fast and souped up cars.
And it's probably the stuff that I've added to it, like the intercooler, the charge pipe, the intake, the access port, and all that stuff.
According to Jose, it ran him $20,000 in total for his sweet ride. Going fast and being rowdy seems to be what Jose is good at doing. His love for cars is for sure unmatched.
As you can see, there's a large variety of vehicles at WHS. Some prefer this to be spacious, others prefer fast, or they prefer this to be loud. This has been Quim, skirting out for Trojan News.
Wow, I didn't know we had that many cool vehicular mobiles at our school. I might have to get one myself. Thanks for watching Trojan News.
This has been Alex
and Frank.
Catch you next time.